Yo, guys, what's up? Russ here with episode 5 of going through my comic book collection. I'm joined by Fanboy Prime, who will be back in just a minute. But this week's box will be my Man of Steel box. I got maybe a little bit more than half a short box. But let's just go ahead and jump right in. Kicking it off with Man of Steel issue 1 from the 6-issue miniseries by John Byrne. I've got several doubles in this set. I've got 3 of the variant cover for issue 1 and 1 of the regular cover. And if I remember right, I heard that this was like the first official like variant. So that's pretty cool. Yo,
Sorry,
welcome
dude. I'll try
back.
to get back in time.
Oh,
I'm
no worries,
sorry.
man. No
I was
worries.
trying to go through my Instagram real quick, and I hate that it's like you can't look up certain pictures from a time frame or whatever. Like you have to scroll through everything
Oh, yeah.
because I had gotten a bunch of Man of Steel comics off of eBay, and right before you went live, you were telling me that you picked up the first 12 issues.
Yeah.
So I picked up like 40 to 50 issues of the Man of Steel for like $7 on eBay one day, and like
Oh, dang.
that's with shipping included. It was crazy, and I was trying to get you the actual stats on it. So my bad, dude. I didn't mean to
It's a
miss the
crazy
the
deal,
start.
man. What's up, John's Comic with Kids? What's going on this morning, man? Hey, Surfer's in the chat. What's up, Surfer? Uh, let's go ahead
it's
and get
it's crazy
these.
to think that the Man of Steel had the first variant cover. Well, like a first official, because everybody will say,
Yeah.
well, there's the 35-cent variant versus a different price point.
Oh, yeah, yeah. The
But it's
price
crazy to think
variants
that,
and stuff like that.
yeah, that it started with Superman.
Yeah. I didn't even know that until like maybe a year or so ago. I think my friend JPL Flash told me about that. Here, let me do this for the. I got issue 2. See, I think I got 3 copies of issue 2. One was from my original set, and 2 copies were from different AOKs over the years. But this just a great storyline. Oh, I didn't even notice. One of them is newsstand, and the other 2 is direct.
I
So
was
that's
just
pretty
about
cool.
to ask you. Oh, man.
I don't think I've never ever noticed that before.
I picked up my number 2 off of eBay on a misleading auction because I thought
Oh
I was
yeah.
getting two through 6, and it was only issue 2. It was so dirty. I had to
Ah,
clean it up and everything. Yeah.
2 of issue 2. I could have sworn I had a 3rd copy of this one too, but if I did, I might have accidentally put it in another box when I was organizing. So that might turn up in a future going through the collection video. I've got 3 copies of issue 4. All direct. No newsstands to be seen. Three copies of issue 5. And also all direct. And somehow 4 copies of issue 6. 3 direct and 1 newsstand.
Wow.
I'm surprised since they made a variant for the first issue that they didn't for any of the others. That seems like it would have been a cool little addition to have
Right.
variants for the rest of them.
So when I was first collecting that set, I because I only had the first issue, I would pick and choose from dollar boxes at shows that I went to, and I came across a DC Silver edition of number 6. And it's just got like a silver boarding around it, so it's like a reprint, of something they were pushing of that. Oops,
Oh,
sorry.
that's cool.
Yeah, so it's pretty cool. So I'm gonna kind of try to see if I can find like a complete set like this with that that silver border, the DC Silver edition. I thought that was pretty cool. I just
I've
stumbled
never seen
across
that
it, and then
before.
I
That's
found
sweet.
the regular. I found the regular cover later on, so I was like, well, you know what? Let me get the regular cover, so I have a regular set, and then I'll see if I can find a full set of that silver edition. It's pretty cool.
Nice. You want to go ahead and show a couple off before I get into the mainline set?
I pretty much have everything that you had that you showed already. As far as the set goes, I actually have 2 copies of number 1. I keep forgetting how I got the camera set up today. And so I'm going to gift that other set to my friend Nightwing 207. You might hear him mentioned on my live streams, and then he was my co-host.
Yes.
The other ones I just picked up here and there, so I finally have a complete set. I'm looking forward to reading it with the actual physical copy in front of me, because the only way I read issue 1, and then I digitally read 2 through 6, and so I'm looking forward to actually sitting down and having it in front of me to read.
Yeah, it's reading digital is cool, but it can't replace like the physical copies for me.
Right.
Like most of the time, the only time I resort to like trying to find digital is like if it's just a book that I can't afford,
Just out of your price range, yeah.
or if I can't get like a reprint or a trade or something, I'll go digital or something.
So you said you only had issue 4 and 5 to start off the real title?
Oh,
Or the
2 and 6.
2 and 6, okay.
Yeah. But I do have I think last time I checked it was supposed to get here Tuesday. I ordered the first 12 issues.
Nice. So
I was
that
hoping it
toy
would
I
get here
sent
in
you.
time for the show, but it didn't.
Well, I sent you a toy, and Amazon still hasn't said it shipped out, so I'm gonna have to figure out what's going on there. The other books, it should be there Monday or Tuesday next week. The Superman books I sent you.
Awesome, man.
Yeah.
I'll definitely do an unboxing of those when it comes in.
Sweet. So you got a number 1 on your way. So I know you don't have number 1. So
Yep.
it's I like this cover. There's a poster of this cover that came with one of the Death of Superman trade sets. And so yeah, dude, it's I don't know, almost like a painting style or whatever. I dig it.
I like that. I can't believe I never got it before back in the day.
Yeah, I was surprised to find out that you didn't have it in your set.
What's up to Pun Perfector? Thanks for popping in. Agu Rhythm, what's going on, man? Norn Rad and Iron Archer Studios. Appreciate you guys joining in.
So I don't have 12, but I have 2 through 11.
Oh yeah.
12 is one of the 19 issues I'm missing of the Man of Steel.
I don't that was the cover with the homage to Crisis 7, right?
No. Or is it? It might be. No, number 10. Number 10 is the homage. Okay. Yeah. I think that's one of them has yeah. I always like those homage covers and stuff like that.
That's a channel I just discovered on Breakfast with Brian this
morning. Stream?
Yep.
Yeah, same here.
So let's see. We got issue 2 here from the mainline set. And again, like I said, issues 1 through 12 are on the way. And so here's a Kiss cover for Simple Simon. If he checks out the replay later, it's Man of Steel issue 6. This was part of the Blackout storyline, and that is not Lois Lane that Superman is macking on.
This is another story where he lost his memory or something?
I believe so. I believe the Blackout storyline was amnesia.
Gotcha. That's one of the storylines I'm going to go back and read because I most of the early stuff, anything pre-Death of Superman, I've never really read. So I'm collecting all that so I can do one big epic reading of everything.
Yeah, that's awesome. I know back in the day, like I started with Reign of Superman issue, and I found out Superman was dead, and I was just like crushed. So I had to go back and get like the death storyline, and then I went back even further and started getting some of the other stuff.
That's awesome.
There's issue 13. It's a pretty cool cover. It's getting launched into space, it looks like.
I think that's all dealing with Cerebus or something like that. That he was one of the main villains there in the early early run of the Man of Steel.
Yeah, yeah. It says it on the cover, Cerebus. I haven't read that in a really long time. I need to check it out again.
Do you try to read everything you own?
I try to, but it's like
the same here.
Stuff I just haven't yet.
Yeah, yeah.
Like I know D. Jackson Roykirk AOK'd me a bunch of classic X-Men, and I've been meaning to read those and do a review series on them for the channel. I just haven't. I've been so lazy about reading lately. It's like,
hey,
all I do is like watch YouTube and nap.
Yeah, trying to support everybody on YouTube, it's time consuming.
It is, man. It's tough. Let's see, what was that? Issue 13, and it jumps up to issue 15 from there. And this is getting close to Doomsday.
I have an extra copy of number 14, so I'm going to start making a pile of any doubles I got. I'm going to send your way.
I appreciate that, bro.
So 14 is going to be 14 has got him and Robin on the cover.
Oh, really? I don't think I've ever seen that cover before.
So yeah, so I'll start a pile for you, and you can.
I think this is the first print.
We'll get you set up.
Issue 18, the first Doomsday. It doesn't say. It doesn't have that Roman numeral on top, so it's got to be the first printing.
Yeah, you can tell by the yellow Superman, the trade dress.
Yeah.
I've got a second.
The direct edition.
I've got a second, and the trade dress is white on it. Up there with the.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
I know. I was looking at some of those in like in 9/8 slabs, and I come across one, and it was like way more expensive than the rest of them. So I started looking at it, and that's when I first discovered like the DC logo variants.
Yep.
And I was like, "Dang, man!" Because I think the variant was like a fourth. The DC logo, I think, was a fourth or fifth printing or something.
Yeah, that one. Yeah, I think that one went to 5 printings. So yeah, that's to think that back in the day we didn't want reprints. You know, we thought the reprints were cheaper and inferior.
Yeah, but that's when I like discovered like the whole DC logo variant thing, and like the reason it was worth more is because it was like less printings of it. But before
there
then,
was
I had no idea
Adventures of Superman. There was an Adventures of Superman through $4.99 with the DC logo. It's one of the ones I need to complete my sets.
Yeah,
guy was listing it on eBay for $200. I tried to. I don't want to say I lowballed him, but I tried to underdo that. He didn't want it. He said he wanted to go to auction. So then I offered him a bit more. He didn't want that, and it went for $400 at the end of it.
God.
And it just. Yeah, that's like a price that I cannot pay. I'm gonna find one day, but man, that's just insane.
That's wild for a 90s book.
And I think it was and it was considered a third print. I think is what that one is considered.
I've got I've got 2 copies of issue 19.
Both direct.
Yep.
I have a second printing of that. I could not find it though. I've got stuff everywhere right now. On that one, the trade dress or whatever is yellow instead of white.
Uh,
And it really looks nice.
And see, for some reason, I've got 3 copies of issue 20, all direct.
Yeah, that's an easy book to that will multiply on you. It's like bunnies because I've got probably 4 or 5 of them just for buying lots on eBay. It seems like it's a book that's always included.
It is. And see, I got 3 copies of 21, all direct.
Nice.
I had I
That
must have showed
Man
it
of
in
Steel
one of my
20.
other boxes, but I've got a first, second, and third printing of one of the Funeral for a Friend issues. It might have been in last week's Superman box.
Nice. No, I bet it was Adventures of Superman with him with the photo.
Oh, yep, that was it.
I bet it was the photo one. Yeah. That Man of
was like
Steel
an
20 is
accidental.
also
I wasn't even trying to get like the multiple printings, but I somehow ended up with the first, second, and third print. So that was pretty cool.
Man of Steel 20 is also one that has a DC logo on it that's overpriced.
Oh, really? Man.
Yes.
I know I was watching Comic Food 2814's channel, and he's been collecting like all the different printings, and he's even getting the different printings of the Death of Superman trade paperback. And there was like 14 or 15 different printings of that. It's crazy. I've got 2
most of them are
20.
Most of those trade printings, reprints, they're fairly easy to get, but some of them are harder because they're in a certain set. Like you had to buy a collector's set of where it came with the trade and something. So yeah, those would be the ones you have to pay more for.
There's that
There you
Virgin
go.
variant cover. I think this is this is the one that has the poster in it. Let's show that off.
Yeah, see, I took mine off already.
Yeah. I've been so tempted to do that because I have like multiple printings of these.
It just doesn't feel natural, right?
Yeah. It's hard, man. I don't know. Like, I thought about cracking one of my CGC slabs open because I was thinking about collecting that whole run as raw set because there's only like 21 issues to the run. And I got it out and I was looking at it and it's just, I couldn't do it, man. I started getting anxiety. I couldn't crack it. I got getting into the rain set
so
now. I got issue 23. This was a set that I bought from Matt, the boy who had 7 last year, because my original set's up on the wall is just in like horrible condition. So I wanted.
No,
like
it's in loved condition, Russ.
Yeah.
It's in loved condition.
It is.
You love those books, man.
Oh, definitely.
Ain't nothing wrong with
read
them.
those so
Ain't
many
nothing wrong with them being beat up.
But he had like a mint condition set, like really cheap. So I figured, why not buy it and have a mint set too, and just keep my originals up on the wall.
Right on.
This is issue 24. And issue 25. I remember having a hard time finding this issue back in the day.
Really?
Like, it sold out, like, because the only place I could get books at the time was a local gas station. It was before it was before I found like a local comic shop. And I didn't find that book until like maybe a year after it came out at a flea market finally.
Wow. That's awesome that you remember your stories though.
Those, I don't know, those days just like stick with me so much.
Right? At times where I don't know. Like I look back fondly on that whole storyline, and like I had friends at school, hey, buy me one, buy me an extra copy and stuff like that. And yeah, dude.
I got 2 copies of issue 26 here. Both direct.
That
I'm pretty sure the one on my wall is newsstand. I can't see from here though.
that might be the worst cover in all the Man of Steel.
I know it.
It's definitely the worst Reign
It's
of
like,
Superman cover.
I don't know what they were thinking with that, but it's just so kind of weird looking.
Yeah, the Man of Steel, it's a lot of John Bogdanov, and his art just me and his art don't mesh. But I mean, it's easy to see why he got work, and I'm sure it was quick art, and it had a unique style to it. And
Yeah.
I mean, putting it on the book, the Man of Steel, you think of steel having jagged edges and stuff like that. I mean, it worked. It worked. There's a lot of people that love his style.
There's some of his covers I like, and some that just kind of stick out. Like, I don't know, man.
Sore thumbs, man. They stick.
Yeah. Here's another kind of a weird cover. I don't really remember this villain. It's Man of Steel 29.
Bloodthirst.
Yeah.
I don't believe after this issue, I don't think he ever made another appearance again. I was doing some research on him.
It's just not one, like, no memories are coming to mind of this character. Let's see, here is, what issue is this? This is Man of Steel 30.
Man, I had that one back in the day. That's the one where you could create your own cover.
Yeah.
It came with
I remember as a kid, it came in a poly bag, and I tore it open, and I don't remember what happened to all the little decals that came with it, but
it came with blood splotches. It's the story is him fighting Lobo, and so you could create your own battle cover. Him and Lobo, yeah.
And speaking
I
of
think
that,
you had the regular edition too, right?
Yep, the regular edition.
Yeah.
Shout out to Bottom Tier Collector. I know he's a huge Lobo guy.
Oh yeah. I went looking for him in the chat, and I was like, "Oh wait, yeah, that's right.
Nah.
He's a Lobo collector."
I know there's one. I think there's a chrome, maybe not of this cover, but I swear there's like a chrome variant of Lobo in one of the Superman books, but I can't remember. I could be remembering completely wrong.
I think it's this issue where there's like a giant silver robot, and he's like in chrome, and then it says in the bottom corner, it's like also appearing on this last page of this book is Lobo or something like that. Yeah,
that's what it was.
I think it's an Action Comics issue.
This is issue 31.
I think my copy of that book, some of the pages are coming out, so I've got to update number 31.
Oh, yeah. I've got probably a few up on my wall right now that has like some loose pages. Here's a part of the Bizarre Award storyline, issue 32.
So I didn't know that pretty much is the first appearance of Bizarro post-crisis. He appeared in the Man of Steel miniseries, and then I believe I read somewhere that he doesn't make another appearance until this storyline.
Oh, dang. I didn't know that.
Yeah. which it's interesting because the Man of Steel storyline, Bizarro, the imperfect clone, but then you have the cloning storyline kind of runs throughout that Triangle era. Lex clones himself a new body, Superboy being a clone, so it's pretty cool. This is a running theme during Superman during that time period.
I know, like when I jumped in, it was already like Lex with like the long red hair and stuff. And I couldn't figure that out for a while because the Lex I knew from the movies was bald. So it took me a while to figure out the whole clone thing.
Because it's supposed to be his son or something like that?
Yeah, I think so. It was supposed to be Luther Jr. or something like that, I think.
And then Supergirl too. I had to get used to Supergirl because I didn't fully understand the Matrix idea. But you see that one scene where Doomsday punches her and she turns into a glob. Yeah,
I like when I was reading that, I was like, "What is happening?" But no, this is not a Rob Liefeld cover.
I was waiting for that.
This was part of the storyline of Parasite.
No. And that has something to do with Eradicator too, because that's how he was brought back, right? He was still the Eradicator kind of helped him absorb sunlight or enough energy to stay alive. He was basically comatose.
Yeah, he just kept like drawing in the power.
Yeah.
So here's issue 34. Cool Guardian cover there. Yeah, there was a lot of characters from that storyline that I didn't know about before I started reading them back in the day, like Guy Gardner, Booster Gold. I discovered like all those characters through Superman. Guardian.
I think Norn Rad was asking in the chat if that was a Keith cover. I'm guessing for number 33. It says, I guess it's Bob and Bog and Jank is what it still says on there. So no, not a Keith cover. It does seem like Sam Keith style for sure.
Yeah. Here is this was one of the Worlds Collide issues. And I think
the Man of Steel is the only series that crossed over with the Worlds Collide. None of the other books did.
I think is
something I found out recently doing some research too.
Worlds Collide ain't that where like Static Shock first appeared? I think he had his,
so the Worlds it was the Milestone universe.
Milestone, yeah.
Yeah, so Milestone. So they ran like Icon, Blood Syndicate, something like that. Static Shock, yeah. So they just kind of did a crossover storyline with the main DC universe.
Here's a cover I know you'll love. It's issue 37. It's got a ton of different Batmans. I know that's like your number one dude.
Some very poorly drawn Batmans.
Yeah, I do like that. I like that they threw in the animated series Batman. That was a cool addition.
I'd never noticed that before.
Yeah.
And is that Batman below him supposed to be Batman 66?
Kind of looks like it because he's got the eyebrows on the mask.
Yeah. It's pretty cool. 0 Hour is pretty wild. There were some crazy things going on during that.
And speaking of that, here is another 0 Hour
number 0
issue. Like some of these, like how it jumps to 0, I would not have known where to put that if it wasn't for like the triangle numbering.
What a time to be alive! Man. There were four Superman titles going on concurrently. Like, wow, just crazy.
And then they added the Man of Tomorrow like quarterly, I think.
Yeah, it was supposed to be that 5th week to cover that. Big Bomb gave them all their power. Static Shock.
Static
Oh,
Shock and
okay,
all those
nice.
guys. Yeah, I remember like the Static Shock cartoon back in the day more than anything. Here's a part of the Dead Again story with issue 38. Yeah, this, if I remember right, was pretty much Brainiac messing with them. Issue 39. Kind of got Superman in a Batman pose almost up on top of the building.
Yeah. Same thing with the colors too.
Yeah. It's issue 40. Still a part of the Dead Again story. That story went on for a little while.
Yeah. It's already 3 months
great
right
man,
there.
what's going on? Jumps up to issue 44. This was I think this started the Death of Clark Kent storyline. Or it was part of it. Because that started in Superman issue 100, I believe. Or it might have been
okay.
leading
Does
up to 100.
his identity gets figured out or something like that?
Yeah. There's issue 45 where he's burning the suit.
There's 43 and 44 in between those. Some of the ones.
I could have sworn I had.
Oh, no, you had 44.
Yeah, I got 44.
You had 44, right? Yeah, I'm sorry.
I always called this the Goldberg cover. Who's next?
Yeah, there's this one video. you you give a really gruff, who's next?
Yeah. Got issue 47, Sins of the Father.
What number is that?
Cover there for a Superman. Issue 47.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I do have that one. Okay. Wow, you're right. There's a burning cross on that cover.
Yeah. Then it jumps to issue 48. Soup's getting choked out by Aquaman.
And that's your favorite Aquaman, right?
Yeah. The hook hand.
Hook hand.
Beard, yeah. I can't remember the storyline where he first lost his hand. I don't. Like I remember the Time and Tide storyline, but I don't think that was one where he lost his hand.
Okay, that's what I was going to mention, the Time and Tide. But then if it wasn't that miniseries, I want to say it's the series that took place right after that. Like it was almost like a lead into the restarting of the title.
Yeah. I think I remember on the cover of the first issue of Time and Tide, he still had like the short hair. I think. He might have had long hair then.
Got you.
This is another kind of weirdly drawn Superman. Like the shadowing on his face kind of makes it look like he has a mustache. And just two black eyes.
Oh, no, number 49?
Yeah. I would call that like the Inigo Montoya.
Yeah, he's kind of got the
Superman.
He's kind of got the raccoon eyes, that you know, the little mask.
Yep. Definitely got some Inigo Montoya going on there.
So Norin Rad says he stuck his hand in a pool of piranhas. When was that, Norin?
Yo, Old Wolf, what's going on, man? Feel free, Old Wolf. It'd be great to see your collection, dude.
It's easy content, right? You just gotta dig the box out.
And it's fun to do, man. Like look over these old books and just like reminisce about memories and stuff.
Okay, so it was the 1994 Aquaman series, issue number 2 is what the chat's saying. Old Wolf said that.
Okay. Appreciate that, Old Wolf.
Yeah, I love DC history.
Yeah. There's issue 50, the start of the trial of Superman. That was another story that went on for quite a little while.
Did it to unlock better communication with the sea. Wow.
Don't know how losing your hand on have better communication, but
they were making it a flipper, you know, little.
Yeah. Got issue 51. Fighting a space pirate.
Seems like that storyline ran a little long too, huh? The trial of Superman.
Yep. Issue 52. Got him knocking out Cyborg's teeth.
What'd you think about when they moved the Cyborg to the red metal look?
Yeah. At first, I didn't like it. It took a little while for it to grow on me, but I ended up liking it. But when I first saw it, I was like, what the crap is that, man? Where's this suit? This is a cool Spectre cover. It's issue 54. And this might have been
pre-Hal Jordan Spectre.
This might have been one of the first issues I read that actually had Spectre in it. So
it's kind of a hard character to write.
Through Superman. Yeah.
I hated the paper that DC used during this time period. Like, I don't like how that. I don't know. It just hurts my eyes.
Yeah.
And then I'm collecting them all, but like, man, they really went through this period where I did not like the quality of their books.
I know. Back, 2019, 2018, when I was still collecting like new Marvel books, their paper quality on their covers were terrible, man.
Yeah. I hear they're pretty bad nowadays.
They probably are. I doubt they improved it.
Their covers are real thin, is what I hear. I haven't bought moderns in a while.
It's been about a year since I bought any brand new books myself. I don't know, man. I just prefer the older stuff.
I picked up one of those multi-packs of DC or Marvel at Walmart. I think that's about the last I've done of a current book. Well, not that they're current, but that's like the most recent I've done. But those multi-packs are so hard to find. Some stores won't carry it. Some will.
I know what's killing me, man, is like they've been coming out with like all these full variants for Superman, and they're all like exclusives to certain like shops or like 1 in 25s or 1 in 50s. And I'm like, I need that in my life, but I am not going to pay $400 for a brand new.
No,
it's madness.
Yeah. There's because I guess Superman #1's coming out again, another #1.
Yeah.
It's a blue foil cover with the actual shield with the man. It's beautiful, but like $180 is the cheapest I've seen for it.
It's crazy, man. Got issue 58. It's kind of like just a simple cover, but pretty cool. Superman holding up the big logo.
That's one of the 19 books I'm missing.
Really?
Yep. I have an extra 56. So I'll put this in your stack and send this your way. got what's his name, Mr. Pitalik doing his Uncle
Oh
Scrooge
yeah,
impersonation.
diving into the pit of gold.
Yes, sir.
So we've got this was part of the Final Night storyline. It's issue 62. Worlds Collide cover there. And here's
You
one I
misplaced
think,
the book, Russ.
do what?
You must have misplaced your Man of Steel 57 because I know you have this one because you did it on one of your random reads.
Huh.
Man, now I sound like one of your stalkers, Russ.
That's got to be
Maybe
in
I'm
another
wrong.
box somewhere there.
Maybe I'm wrong, but I swear you did this on one of your random reads because when you did it, I went to go look and see if I had it. But
Let me
I
check
could
out
be
the
wrong.
cover
Maybe
again.
is it the tornado issue or something like that?
The one I had that had the tornado had I think it just had Superman and a tornado on the cover.
Oh, okay. Then I'm wrong. Never mind. Shut me down.
It's all good, man. This is one I'm pretty sure I got from Tim the Comic Collector. He sent this one my way. It's issue 63. Cool Lois Lane cover there.
Bondage cover.
Yeah, I guess you could say that. They are tied up.
Who is it that likes the bondage covers that you're always shouting out?
Simple Simon.
Oh, is it Simon?
He's got like a whole like category just for that in his collection. Yo, Ranger Sly, I didn't see you pop in, man.
Hey,
Chop and
Ranger.
Drop 2013, what's going on?
Ranger's always putting out some like awesome information out of there. I feel like every time he comments in something or whatever, he puts a video, I'm always learning something new.
Ranger, he's one of those guys that's just got like a wealth of like knowledge. It's amazing.
Chop in the chat. What's up, Chop?
Got issue 64, and I think this one was the start of Power Struggle. I think it was just 4 issues, maybe 5. Ran across the other Superman titles. Got issue 65, Revenge.
Man, my copy of 65, I got it for 50 cents, but I got it at Half Price Books and they put a sticker on it. So,
I hate that.
Yeah, I know. I got to figure out how to get that off without damaging the book.
Yeah, I've got an X-Men book where I took one of the like stickers off, and it left all this residue, and it keeps sticking to the poly bag on the inside. Irritating.
Yep.
Here's issue 67. This was right near the start of the electric powers starting to manifest.
And Norm Red saying to use a hair dryer to heat it up. I haven't been successful with it though.
I've seen like there was a couple channels that showed like different like techniques.
Yeah.
I think Night Tiger might have showed some techniques. Probably Jerry the Jitterbug. He does all kind of restoration on his channel.
Of course, they're just readers for me. Like I have no like thoughts that these are going to be like super high valuable books one day, but
yeah,
I would still like to see it without that sticker on it.
You never know with the way the market is now, man. It's like everything is crazy.
That's true.
Man. I've seen books that have been dollar books for like 30 years, all of a sudden 30, 40, 50 bucks and more just because it was on somebody's hot 10 list or something. Here's issue 68. I remember picking a bunch of these up off of Midtown Comics. And one thing that irritates me with them is they put the sticker like on front of the bag instead of the back. But
Yep.
a couple
I
years
got
ago,
that.
what's up?
For some reason,
Oh, yeah.
my copy of that book is like in an oversized bag and board. I don't know why. And I'm real like OCD about my stuff. Like I wanted same size books, same size bags, and everything. Yeah. So I don't know how that got past me.
Got issue 69, guest starring the Atom.
Lady Prime in the chat.
What's up, Lady Prime? Got issue 70. Yeah, I filled in a bunch of this run with the blue suit. Last year or the year before last, when Midtown had like a 75% off sale, I got a bunch of these for like 50 cents, 75 cents.
That's the way to do it, man.
Filled in a bunch of the blue suit run.
Good thing about being a Superman fan, your back issues aren't too crazy.
Yeah, we just gotta wait like on somebody like Comic Tom to say something about the electric suit, and then it'll just blow up.
Yeah, exactly.
Got issue 71. What's up,
Give me the
Trev?
blue suit in a movie. That one was 71.
Yep.
Man, you got a bunch of. Well, I guess you've got a few of them that I don't have.
So this one is 72.
Later, old wolf.
Oh, I didn't see that. Hope you have a good one, old wolf. $73.
Is that Parademons on that cover?
I believe so. It looks like it.
Pretty cool.
Yeah. What issue is this?
Is that the face?
Yeah, 74. Okay.
Yeah.
I know the issue number was like way down here, like really tiny.
So all 4 Superman books that came out that month were done in that style with the face.
Oh, really?
I have 3 of them, and I can't remember the other 2 now. I don't know. I just brought that fact up to you, and I forgot. Oh, okay. One of them is blue suit Superman, and the other is is his name Scorn, blue face guy with kind of horns on it.
Yeah, yeah.
I think he's another one of the portrait face. Yeah.
Got issue 76. It's kind of like a straight on classic Superman pose, but with the electric suit.
Is that an homage to number 1?
I think so. I'm pretty sure. Kind of same
Kind of
kind of pose.
that. Yeah, with the shoulders and everything.
Yep.
There you go, right there.
That's sweet, man. I like those homage covers.
Yeah. Pretty cool.
So I've got issue 77. This was the other half of the connecting cover that I think was with might have been Adventures.
I think you're right. Whatever issue precedes it on the triangle numbers, it connects with that one. I think it's Superman Blue connected with Superman Red.
Yep. Got 78, Millennium Giants.
Does that start the connecting covers as far as, well, I guess not started, but it's one of the Millennium Giant connecting covers?
Yeah.
Is it 9 covers that connect?
Yeah, I believe it's 9 issues. That led me to get like my only ever copy of Challenges of the Unknown because they had a crossover with Millennium Giants. Here's issue 79.
I want to get that someday.
I wonder if they ever made a trade paperback story of that.
I don't know. I know there's a lot of Superman trade paperback collectors that complain that DC doesn't stick with it. Like that, there's some stories they did and some they didn't.
Yeah. Here's issue 81. I like this one because it's like a throwback to like classic Superman.
See, I have 80 and 82, but it's the same idea, being there, whatever storyline's going on, or maybe it's just whatever they were doing for the covers at the time.
Yeah.
It does
This
appear
was right
like
after he came back to
little,
like his original look, and I think they just did like some
yeah,
time variants and stuff.
right.
I remember that was like right around the time that I stopped collecting, or near it. Got issue 84. I remember Superman Forever was one of the last books that I bought before I quit collecting.
See, I had the what is it? The lenticular cover where you can move it and it changes the image.
Yeah.
Where I guess he's doing the suit and he flies off.
Yeah.
Then years later, I found the Alex Ross cover, like variant of it. Man, that's a gorgeous cover.
Yeah, it is. Luckily, I've got both of those. I got the lenticular first, and then somebody sent me the regular in an AOK, but I can't remember who.
And because it's a background like that, those covers pop on
Yeah.
that cover. I love it.
Alex Ross did such a great job on those. Got issue 89.
Another one I need. I need to go through your collection and finish mine off.
Then I have another Man of Steel 6-issue miniseries, but this is the one by Bendis.
Little did we know, Bendis was the real Doomsday.
I know.
That miniseries bothered me so much because Lois and Superman were just like, "Oh yeah, John, go ahead with your grandfather, the villain that was, in the previous storyline or whatever.
Yeah.
Go ahead and go with him."
This I love this cover.
Where shout out to Trev. Trev always highlights the kissing covers.
Oh, really? There you go, Trev. That's issue 5. I kind of like this cover too because it just kind of reminded me of like the homage to Doomsday.
Yeah.
And issue 6.
That torn up flag and being held like that. Yeah, that is pretty cool.
But Bendis, man,
man. So
Bendis was not for me.
I watched Battle of the Super Sons, Damian and Jonathan. It's such a good movie. And it made me realize just the mistake DC made by aging up Jonathan Kent. Like, he was so cool as Superman's son. It was a cool new dynamic. And yeah. Trev, I got the kiss cover addiction from Simple Simon.
That was the end of my short box. So let me throw the spotlight on you, brother.
What was the last issue you had?
Before the miniseries?
Yeah.
Issue 89.
89?
Yeah.
Issue 88, man, right before that. I love that cover. The Robots Run Wild. This is during I believe it's the Dominus storyline. And I haven't really read it. I just read of it, where Dominus kind of makes Superman lose his mind and like he becomes overprotective of the world or whatever. And so gives Superman a bad name.
That's an awesome cover.
But that is one of my favorite covers, him with the robots. Like, I want a second copy of that so I can display it. This is the most recent issue of the Man of Steel I've gotten. This is Superman number 90. Was in the dollar bins at the Ekman's Card Comics and Toy Show. So
that's cool.
Pretty awesome. Flying around the LexCorp building.
Have a good one, Gray Man. Enjoy the show, brother.
Later, Gray. This is 92. I guess they were doing a storyline, the one-man JLA. And I believe, I don't have any of the other ones. I think there's one where like Superman looks more like Adam Strange on one of the other covers. And so, yeah.
That kind of reminds me of like composite Superman.
Oh man, I love me some composite Superman.
You know, I don't know if you're too into Funko Pops or not, but they have a composite Superman Funko Pop on Entertainment Earth's website.
Nice.
Pretty cool looking.
Man of Steel 94. This is highlighting
That's
Strange
cool.
Visitor, which I don't really full know too much about Strange Visitor, other than the similar costume to Blue Suit Superman.
I remember seeing an homage cover to 123 with her, but I can't remember what issue it was.
Oh, you're right. You're right. Where she's kind of standing there off to the side. Yeah.
Yeah.
Here is Man of Steel number 95. And this is part of a four. Oh, man. Sorry. I'm fighting with that glare. This is part of a 4-cover connecting cover set.
Oh, sweet.
This is right around the time that Dan Jurgens left Superman. So I think for the most part, all the writing teams on all 4 titles were kind of done away with. And so this starts so I'm collecting triangle numbers, and a lot of the triangle number fans consider that right before this is where it ends. And then everything since where like Jeff Loeb took over Superman and the various other writers took over, that they feel like the storytelling completely changes. But I'm still trying to get anything that has the triangle or the shield on it.
I would love to see him go back to that, like the 4 issues, Man of Steel, Action Comics, Adventures, and Superman, and bring back the triangle numbers.
Got Man of Steel 96. Interesting covers, like they got mechs on there. Hold on, let me I don't know why I'm getting a glare. We
That's awesome looking.
Looks like I don't know if it's a Luthor, but it looks like a Green Goblin mech, honestly, with the purple and the green, and then a Superman mech. So, yeah, definitely a interesting cover there. Man of Steel 97, which
is that Eradicator?
Yeah, Eradicator, Superman, and Steel on there. So call back to the the Reign of the Superman.
That's awesome.
Always love that.
Chop knows what's up. He likes the blue suit.
That's what I'm talking about. Man of Steel 98. This is during the Y2K storyline, which during that storyline, he reverts back to the blue suit persona for a little bit.
Oh, really?
Man of Steel 99. Smallville Haunts cover. Looked like a horror cover there. Man of Steel 100. The new Fortress of Solitude revealed.
That's awesome, man. So I like completely missed like all of that. I didn't know any of that happened.
Which one winked at you? The Black Cat or the Martian or whatever that is? Oh, I like this cover a lot. This used to be displayed on my wall. This is Man of Steel 101.
Oh, that's sweet.
Yeah. Death by Kryptonite. So yeah, pretty awesome. And like the art, the cover art took a turn. Like once, like I said, they kind of changed the teams. I guess Bogdanov was taken off, and so definitely different looks. This is Man of Steel 102, part 3 of the Critical Condition storyline. I believe they had to shrink down and to go into Superman's bloodstream. He was dealing with some kind of, I don't know whether it was a kryptonite virus or something.
It's like, Honey, I Shrunk the Superman.
This is the Reign of the Emperor Joker. This is Man of Steel 105. I don't know much about that Emperor Joker storyline. Almost looks like Steel there with the hammer, the statue of him.
Yeah, that's what it reminded me of, Steel.
And I do like this cover because there is a bloodied Batman on it, so my love for Batman being beat up.
Yeah.
The pinup.
We need to get you like a slabbed Batman 497 with him getting his back broken.
Yeah. The Man of Steel 106. This is during the President Lex storyline. Or
I heard that
well,
was a good story.
it's not necessarily a storyline, but it's just a recurring thing that's going on in the titles. I love it. The genius of Lex being president versus Superman, most powerful person on the planet. You know, just the dynamic between the two. Man of Steel 107, the Phantom Zone Menace.
Oh, sweet.
So I read a lot of these at various times as I picked them up over the years, but I want to go back and, like I said, read it, the coherent storyline as it continues. Man of Steel 108, Lunatic Fringe. You got the
Dean
President
Ambrose
Lex
is in
there
it.
on the cover. Say that again.
Dean Ambrose is in it.
Yeah, there you go. Man of Steel 110, tying in with the Stars and Stripes. I got to take that sticker off. Oops, wrong side. I got to take that sticker off. It's not on the cover. That's just on the bagging board. A lot of these I pick up from half-price books, which not everybody's fortunate enough to have a half-price books. When I lived in San Antonio, had easy access to like 6 of them.
Yeah.
Man of Steel
I don't know
111.
if
This
there's
is
one in my area or not. There might be
this
one
is
in
the
Charlotte.
gotcha. It's the Return to Krypton storyline right here.
Oh, that's cool. See a name in the
That
chat that I don't recognize. Welcome to the stream, Aaron.
Man of Steel 112, and I always love me some crypto covers. So,
Oh yeah.
you know, there was a time period where I thought all of that was silly, and I don't know. Then I read Jeff Loeb writing a crypto story, and I was like, okay, I'm hooked. Man of Steel 113 is part of the Infestation storyline, part 3 of 4. Lois Infected.
That's cool. I'm loving this, man, because I've like never seen any of these covers before. So it's awesome.
Nice. Glad I could show them to you. Okay, so this is kind of picking up where the Our Worlds at World storyline comes on. That's Eradicator on there. He's kind of warning of what's coming to Earth, which is I can't think of his name now. Ooh, Imperius, I believe. Imperius. It's basically it's going to be kind of like if Galactus were to come to the DC universe. Man of Steel 115. We Come in Peace.
Oh, I like that cover.
Yeah. So that story is gonna involve Brainiac at one point, Darkseid at one point, Imperius. So it's a pretty cool. It's one of the first storylines I read when I came back to comics around 2004, 2005. Had a friend lent me a bunch of books. Nightwing 207. You may have heard me mention his name before.
Yeah.
There's I guess they're on Apocalypse where the statue of Darkseid is down. I have an extra copy of this book. I'll pull this one for you also.
I appreciate that, brother.
It's on the back though, so I'm gonna have to find you some bags and boards. They may not be the best quality bags and boards, but I'll get you those books.
I know. I managed to find some bagging boards last month. Finally.
It's another one where I have an extra of, so I'll send that to you as well. This is Man of Steel 117. It'll be incomplete storylines because it's going to be running through the 4 stories, but you know it'll at least be more additions to your collection. Steel plays a pretty decent role in that storyline, I think. No, I won't mention that.
I'm so glad that they stuck around, like Eradicator, Steel, Superboy, Cyborg. I'm glad that they still did stuff with those characters.
Oh yeah, Connor Kent would later become one of my favorite characters as the Black Shirt Superboy during Jeff Johns' Teen Titans. This is Man of Steel 118. I also have another copy of this. I'll send it your way.
Awesome.
Pretty cool lightning strike. This is during the Joker Last Laugh. This is Man of Steel 119. And if I'm not mistaken, yeah, this is a Jim Lee cover.
Oh, that's sweet.
So pretty wild with the Joker. Yeah, just crazy stuff going on during that storyline. Don't really remember that issue, though. This is Man of Steel 120. This is one of the last triangle numbers. I believe it's this is triangle number 3. I think Adventures of Superman has the official last. And it's not necessarily a true triangle. It's the shield. But Man of Steel 120, I've got an extra copy of this. I'll add it to the pile.
What year did they stop doing the triangles?
Right at the start of 2002. So this is cover dated January of 2002, and I guess they just decided it didn't need to be done anymore.
Yeah.
And
I
he's
know
got that.
that helped me organize so much back in the day. The
Oh,
triangles.
for sure. So he's got the black, the S shield, the yellows removed, and that's because of what took place in the Our Worlds at War storyline. Our Worlds at War.
Appreciate you dropping links, Chop. That's cool, man.
He's one sub away from 100. Let me see something real quick. Or did I read that wrong? Oh, let's get him to 100 subs. I just subbed him up myself. So
All right. So
this is Man of Steel. This is Man of Steel 121. We're running right here towards the end of the storyline. I mean the title. Man of Steel 122. Got Steel's armor right there, his hammer. I mean his shield, the helmet, hammer, and cape. Man of Steel 122, the Gangs of Metropolis storyline. I like that cover.
Oh yeah, that's cool with the hand.
Give me giant robots and Superman all day. Gangs of Metropolis Part 2, 124.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
Yeah. Just that silhouette and her Lois's
Was
face.
that Lois?
I believe it is. I could be wrong, but I believe it is Lois. Man of Steel 126. I believe this is kind of a story that ties in with Wonder Woman, because I believe, let me see, Pantheon, Call of the Gods. I think, I could be wrong. This one's been a while since I read this.
I like the trade dress on those. I like how it's got the logo with the Man of Steel in it.
Yeah. Yeah, okay, so this is part 2, so yeah, there's Wonder Woman on there.
Nice. Can't go wrong with Wonder Woman, man.
This is one of my newer pickups, so I haven't read this issue. But yeah, pretty cool. You like the black behind the S? Which one was that? Oh, I've got 2 of these. This is the Return of Krypton 2. And so along the way, they kind of redid the origin, or they changed the origin. So it went from kind of John Byrne's, the Man of Steel origin, to kind of touching up back upon the Silver Age storyline. And so it like deals with kind of going back in time, dealing with that. So I've got 2 of these. I'll send one your way. I'm trying to find the more beat up one. That way I keep the better one. No, I'm just kidding.
Hey, don't matter to me, bro.
Just I made myself giggle. The Man of Steel 130. This is from the ending battle storyline. It was an 8-issue storyline. And this storyline went across the 4 Superman titles at the time.
Is that Mongol?
I think so. Definitely a different look for him. I feel like it's one of those stories where they ran through his rogue gallery and he kind of has to run through all of them. Here's part 7 of Ending Battle. Yeah, because here's Mongol on the cover, right there in the red. You got Silver Banshee, and I can't remember who that is. So this is one of the storylines. I know they collected this storyline in a trade, so I assume it was a decent storyline. This is Superman 132.
That's awesome.
I'm sorry, Man of Steel 132. Mixopitalik there
like
on the cover.
Macy's Day Parade thing, isn't it?
Yeah. Need to clean this cover up a little bit. The white has some spots on it. Or I may just need to get a new copy of it. And this is my last issue of the Man of Steel. It's Man of Steel 133. I have a Man of Steel 1 million somewhere during that 1 million storyline, but I don't know where it got placed.
I've got one of the 1 million issues, but I think it was a Superman title, not Man of Steel, I think.
So yeah, man, those are the run of books after what you have. I had a few issues you didn't have, but I didn't mark them. I should have held them off to the side. But pretty cool. So I think
Norn,
it's one, two.
I don't know how I wasn't subbed to you, Norn, but I just subbed you up, man. I thought I was.
So I went through 7 Man of Steels that I had doubles up. So I'll send those your way, and I'm gonna go look at your Superman video. I think I have some Superman issues that are kind of along the Our Worlds at War storyline that I can send you. Also, I'll try to put together something for you. So, man, appreciate
I appreciate
you letting me hang out with you.
You know you got an open invite to the channel anytime, dude.
Well, no, I'm just kidding. I mean, I appreciate it.
You can pop in on like any simply super stream you want to, man.
All right, appreciate that. I noticed that Simon, when he was doing his surfing live stream where he just goes through various channels, he highlighted one of my videos. So, man, I got to tell him thank you for that.
Yeah, that's cool how he does that.
Appreciate Chop dropping everybody's link. It's awesome. Everybody can support everybody.
Yeah. I know I found a couple channels through Simon surfing streams too that I didn't know yet.
Awesome. Well, that's all I got, Russ.
All right. I appreciate you hanging out, man. This was awesome.
Yeah, no problem, man. I think you had enough to get an hour's content in because we went to what, an hour?
I think it's
an hour
just 10. I like talked more in between issues. Like having somebody to talk to about Superman instead of just me is awesome.
No, I got you. Got you.
Like there's a lot of people in the community that don't care about Superman.
I don't understand that, man. It's like
I don't either.
Superman gets all kinds of crazy hate, and don't get me wrong, there is some bad writers on Superman, and I can see why that's out there. But I don't know, man. When you get a good Superman story, I don't find anything better. And you have the most powerful guy in the universe, and when he comes across those problems he can't handle with his fist or with his powers, and how he has to use his intellect, or you know. And there's something to be said. Did you just because I was talking about Superman. Lady Prime hates Superman. Lady Prime hates Superman.
I'm a Batman fan.
A Batman fan. But you know, there's something to be said about Superman, and you know, having that much power and still maintaining the level of morality he does. Like, and that's what I loved about the Man of Steel miniseries, just how big of an influence his parents had on him and on his outlook on just, you know, life. And so, yeah, Superman fans unite, definitely, like, Trev.
Yeah, those Superman comics had like such a huge impact on me growing up.
Trev, she's one of those.
Oh, no, you didn't. No.
Everybody just start roasting Chris Jericho in the chat.
That's hilarious. Batman is just a man with a costume and a gadget belt. That's right. That's right. So I mean, I joke about hating Batman. You know, there's some good Batman stories, and obviously, you know, great Batman movies. But I'm not gonna give up that gimmick. I'm still gonna be the guy that bashes Batman on my streams or my videos.
I know Nightfall was the first Batman story I ever read, and I still got like on my alternate comic wall to the side. I have that whole set.
Honestly,
was like the comics that got me into Batman comics.
I think Batman 497 is the first ever issue of Batman I bought.
Really?
And yeah, my cousin's the one that told me,
like, the time that I started getting into comics, it was like Superman was dead, Batman had his back broken, Hal Jordan turned into a psycho killer. So it's like I got in when like the heroes were just like at their worst.
Yeah, it's crazy. They did. It's almost like it was 86 again, because 86 was right after, you know, Crisis on Infinite Earths, and they did a big thing to introduce Superman. Batman didn't get a really big introduction, but they did. They kind of went back with some of the year one and stuff or whatever. Yeah. Wonder Woman was reinvented. They kind of reinvented Flash and stuff like that. I know I read somewhere that Hawk World was Hawkman's kind of reinvented. reinventing. It was supposed to be on par with like the Man of Steel. But it seems like there from 86 to like 92, they kind of did like a reshuffle thing. You know, Batman got replaced with Azrael and had the breaking of the bat. It was a big storyline for him. You know, Superman, like you talked about, Death of Superman, Hal Jordan being replaced with Kyle Rayner. Just, man, what a time, what a period of time for comics, you know?
It was like the Azrael suit as Batman is still like one of my favorite versions of the suit. And it's like,
oh yeah, the
it wasn't
Nightfall
even
Batman.
Bruce Wayne,
Yes,
it was Gene Paul Valley.
I still need to get that. I'm gonna have to overpay for it, but the McFarlane Toys version of the Nightfall outfit. That's awesome.
Yeah, I tried to find that so many times and finally just gave up.
I think
I'm
I
pretty
saw
sure
it.
the only place to get it now is eBay.
Yeah, I want to say I saw it at the toy show, and I was like, I'm not willing to drop that much just yet. But now I'm reaching to the point where I can't find it anywhere. So,
What are the prices going for on it? Is it like more than 50?
I want to say it was 50 at one point when I saw it, and
Yeah,
I kept holding out that I would find it, you know, at street price, you know, store price.
I know some figures go insane. Like there's a DC Icon Superman and Doomsday 2-pack that I just found out about last year.
But
And I
because
was
that
looking
toy
up
line's
prices.
shut down.
Yeah, I was looking up prices and I felt it was like $400, and I was like,
Yep, man.
It just kills me, man, that it costs, because I know it's a couple years old, but I just found out about it last year, and I was like, I missed a boat on that one.
Chop says that Superman was the first DC character he found. Batman was always about the villains for him.
That's awesome, Chop.
How did Triumph the comic dog get mentioned? I see that in the chat. For me to poop on.
Yeah, from the Conan O'Brien show.
Yes.
God, that's like old school right there. That was
Dr.
back when they were
Afra
still
figure.
doing like the year 2000 sketches.
A Dr. Afra figure, like $50 to $80. Man alive. Is that just the regular 3 3/4 inch, or is that a 6 inch? Man, that's pricey. I joke. I kid.
I know I got lucky and found that gold label Eradicator.
Oh man, yes, that is a beautiful toy. I saw you post that on Instagram, and then I saw your short. Yeah, I've got to keep an eye out for that. I've seen the Black Lantern Superman. There was a Black Lantern Batman. I think there was a Kyle Rayner released, and someone else. They had all 4, and I could have got them to build the Atrocitus. But man, dropping $80 on toys is crazy nowadays.
It's hard to do. I know there was a gold label Kyle Rayner I was looking for, but I think that was a Target exclusive.
Yeah, I think you're right. You know what? And my friend sent me a picture of that the other day. If I'd have known you were looking for it.
I checked Target every now. I found the Funko Pop of Kyle Rayner, but I haven't found the McFarlane yet.
I was so devastated when they brought Hal Jordan back because Kyle grew on me.
Yeah.
But the way Jeff Johns wrote Hal Jordan, that he became my Green Lantern again.
Yeah. At the time, like I had only read, like I started with issue 46 because it was part of that Reign of Superman storyline.
Yeah.
And that was like the first Green Lantern I ever read. And then 3 issues later, Kyle Rayner was there, and I continued reading Green Lantern with Rayner, so he became like my favorite Green Lantern.
I mean, that was a great period for you to. Yeah. That's a great time for you to jump in because you grew with the character and whatnot. So yeah,
it was years later before I went back and started reading older Hal Jordan stuff and liking his character too.
Who are we talking about? My back left shoulder. I'm sorry, I just saw the chat. Are we talking about the
pinup girl?
Where? How can you see that?
Is that the one that you're talking about? Well, earlier they were talking about the pinup girl.
The Black Cat cover. My left. Got my screen mirrored, so I'm not sure what my left is anymore. Or it's not mirrored. Let's see. Look at the video. Oh. So on my right, my actual right, I've got the. What is this monster from?
Is it mole people, mole man.
One of the mole people, I guess. I'm not sure. I don't know. It's just a print that my wife bought because she liked it. She thought it was cool. She's into like horror year round, so I'm not sure. Oh, I had it. Which one did I have? Not
no
this.
doubt,
Is it?
Trev. The animated series is what introduced me to Jon Stewart as Green Lantern.
This pinup? Who is this?
Is that
I
Betty
can find the
Page?
art. It's from a book. It's from an art book.
My wife is not sure. She got a pinup book and she just cut some pages out because she wanted some art.
Kind of reminds me of Betty Page.
Yeah, I'm not sure who it is, but yeah, she. So, I mean, it's beautiful
Post, I
art,
guess.
and so she just dug it out of a book. Are you on Instagram, Melodope? She keeps winking the whole time. Or so normally I have the camera so that I can react to. So like this is technically my left shoulder over here. So like I'm getting all confused by it. Find me on behind my shoulder. Are we talking about the TikTok one? I mean the Black Cat one? What I need to do is I need to just do a video where I highlight everything on the wall.
That would be
No,
cool,
not
man.
your fault. It's me. Like I have the camera set up. Oh, I'm good now. Okay. Yeah, I will look up. We'll try to look up the book and see who that is, and I'll look for you on Instagram, Melodope. No problem, man.
Trev just dropped the link to Instagram.
Oh, nice.
Appreciate that, Trev.
Oh man, Melodope only 22 posts on Instagram. So I guess Melodope, you're just barely getting your start in the YouTube thing and Instagram and whatnot. Pretty cool, man. Definitely happy to have met you today.
It's always cool meeting new people in the community.
Sweet. Oh, let me see that book. Oh, she don't have the cover on it.
Have a good one, Aaron.
So she whipped this out of, it's the Great American Pinup, and it's just got various art in it. And so, of course,
Nudity.
Oh, was it nudity? I'm sorry, Russ. I hope I didn't throw me.
I don't know. I didn't. I couldn't tell. I was going.
But there's just very
to blow your page
you're gonna put me on the big screen. So it's got various pinup art on it, and so she just decided to cut
I'm
out.
not monetized yet.
So she just found one of the full page ones and just cut it out for display. So that's what that's from. There you go.
That's pretty cool.
Oh, yeah. Melatonin. Hey, you gonna go take a shower? We got to go do some family things now. I guess we got to go to the store.
Right. I appreciate you hanging out again. You got anything coming up that you want to promote right fast?
So I did do a super chat on Brian LCS's stream. I highlighted my Monday show. We meet around, I say around noon, but I put the time frame at 1 o'clock Central Time. So that way I have to be there. I probably should have put it a little early, but it seems like 1 o'clock. The chat is just so awesome that it's like I've got to go with them. It's just a very lively chat. So we kind of talk about wrestling on that stream. We talk about whatever. But lately, the last two have been wrestling related, just kind of highlighting old stuff. Not much current, although we did talk a little bit about the Elimination Chamber pay-per-view that came up. And so it just that's been fun. So if anybody wants to stop by 1 o'clock Central Time, like I said, I've already posted that the show's upcoming. We do a live stream there on Monday. When I say we, it's usually been me by myself this past few weeks. But when I say we, I'm talking about the chat. Trev's there a lot. Bottom tier's been in and out. David's Comics and Wrestling's there. K-pop's been in the last two. I can't remember. Russ, I think you showed up last week too. So just kind of talking about wrestling and just, our love for it and what we grew up on. I'm going to, because WrestleMania is coming up, kind of focus the stream on just covering past WrestleManias. And I think this week I'm going to do my top 10 favorite opening matches in WrestleMania history. So
that'll be awesome.
Yeah.
And for anybody that don't know Fanboy Prime, his link is the first one in the description. Go down there and click on it and sub him up if you're not already. And same for anybody that catches it on the replay that might not know him.
I appreciate that. I am on the road
awesome
to
dude.
300 subs. On the road to 300 subs. So I have yet to do a giveaway, like a sub count giveaway. My plan was to do one when I hit 250, and then I wound up hitting 250 before I got there. So we will definitely do something for the 300 subs. And whenever I hit that, we'll find something to give away for everybody that supports me. So yeah.
What you can do, man, is just take and duct tape a PS5 and a PS2 together and say you're giving away a PS5
bundle.
Yeah, just have a PS3 and a PS2 duct taped together to make a 5.
Oh, I got you. Yeah. All right, man. Appreciate everybody being here. The chat was pretty awesome today. Sorry, I was doing the video on my phone and I just have the laptop open. So if anyone said anything to me and I missed it, it's not because I was ignoring you on purpose. It's just multiple screens. My camera on my phone is like my best image. So
yeah,
I try to utilize it as much as I can.
All right, and that's it for this one, man. Again, anybody that catches us on a replay, don't forget to check the description and sub up to. I always don't know which way to point. Sub up
I'm telling you that
if you're not,
the mirroring aspect of the camera.
Yeah,
See, like I'm pointing towards you, but no, I'm not.
Yeah.
So and I had it facing one way, and when I showed that I held up the book, it's like the writing would have been reversed for the chat, and I was like, well, I've got to do it this way, even though I wanted it the other way.
Yeah.
So everybody have a fabulous weekend. I hope everybody's had one already.
Catch you guys later. I need to work on a new outro catchphrase. Instead of just peace.
Just tell everybody what I tell them. I'll see them in the chats. You go to various live streams, so you'll see them in the chats.
Everybody keep it over 9,000.
Nice.
Oops. I hit leave instead of end stream.
You're about to leave me by myself?
Yeah. I'll just let you go. I'll just in the stream and take a nap and let you take over for the next 4 hours.
Oh man, one of my earlier streams, I did that to Kyle and my co-host. It's just my phone knocked me out, and I was like, oh great. So yeah, doing live streams is
it's tricky.
If it can go wrong, it will.
Yep.